Hello, Ms. Getman and the class of American Literature 2327. This is my video presentation on Thomas Paine and the influence he had on Thomas Jefferson in writing the Declaration of Independence. My primary sources were Washington, A Life, written by Ron Chernow. This book gave me the context of the times that Thomas Paine lived in and the time he came to America. My other source was Thomas Paine, Firebrand of the Revolution. This was a biography of Thomas Paine from the time he was a young man in England to his time in the Revolutionary War. My other source was Thomas Paine's pamphlet, Common Sense, and of course, Thomas Jefferson's Declaration of Independence. Paine not only influenced Jefferson, but later generations of American nonconformists. Among them were Henry David Thoreau, Emily Dickinson, and Ralph Waldo Emerson. We had the fortune to meet these three nonconformists in Galveston this weekend. They were here to celebrate the life of Charles Dickens. Here's my discussion with these three transcendentalists and the influence that Thomas Paine had on them. We're here with Mr. Thoreau, and he's going to answer a couple of questions about Thomas Paine. Mr. Thoreau, what are your thoughts on Thomas Paine and his contributions to the founding of the country?
Well, I read Thomas Paine's Common Sense and the Rights of Man. This led me to spend several years in the woods at Walden Pond. Suddenly, wealth and riches were not important to me. Paine inspired me, my nonconformity. As you can see, we are fortunate to live in a country that doesn't dictate a religion you must believe in. I think Paine had a lot to do with founding fathers writing that into the Constitution. My big thank you to Thomas Paine, one of our forgotten founding fathers.
Thank you, Mr. Thoreau. Where are you going from here?
Back to the woods. My cabin needs some work, and I need to rest.
Thank you very much.
Right.
Thank you. Hello. We had the very good fortune to run into Emily Dickinson down here in Galveston this weekend. Miss Dickinson, what brings you to Galveston?
Well, you know, I haven't been out of my room in 5 years, but I just couldn't miss Dickens. Charles Dickens is one of my favorite authors, the best of times and the worst of times. He wrote some of my favorite characters, Bob Cratchit, Ebenezer Scrooge, Tiny Tim, and Oliver Twist.
Who are some of your other favorite authors?
Oh, I have a long list. Emerson, Hawthorne, Bronte, Shelley, Thomas Paine.
You mentioned Thomas Paine. Why is he one of your favorite authors?
Oh dear, without Thomas Paine, we wouldn't have a country. You know, it was Paine who influenced Thomas Jefferson to write the Declaration of Independence. Without the Declaration of Independence, we might still be living under the boot of some tyrannical English king. His pamphlet, Common Sense, put the wheels in motion for the revolution to begin. Without Paine, we might all be living our lives as Dickens characters, living poor, wretched lives, working for Ebenezer Scrooge, or as orphans like Oliver Twist, begging for more soup. Please, sir, I want some more. Instead, we are free to live our lives as we see fit. Paine and Jefferson gave us the freedom to express ourselves without fear. I'm writing some poetry right now that I hope someday will see the light of day.
Thank you, Miss Dickinson.
You're
We
welcome.
look forward to reading some of your poetry. By pure luck, we've run into Ralph Waldo Emerson here at Dickens on the Strand. Mr. Emerson, how did Thomas Paine influence your thoughts on nonconformity and self-reliance?
I read Paine's Common Sense as a young man, and he inspired me to write about the duty we had in the country to be self-reliant, that we had the freedom to be nonconformists. We don't have to conform to some ancient system of government that put everyone in a certain class. We all owe Thomas Paine a debt of gratitude for inspiring Thomas Jefferson to write the Declaration of Independence.
Thank you, Mr. Emerson, for your heartfelt comments.
And for you, sir.
Thank you.